18, because for the under 20 category, you need to be turning 20 next year, right?
For you to be eligible to run in this one, and so many girls coming into this one, and we expect stiff competitions. You can always see that by the virtue that the turnout has been huge, and also look at the crowd. It's been great looking at how they've lined up to watch the future stars coming to compete here at the Chepsaita. Brings the aura, brings the passion, and of course brings the zeal that is needed, and the terrain of it actually makes it even better. We've talked about the sea elevation, 2,047 meters, and the lowest being 2019, makes it very, very, very much grueling. And I hope that today you're going to see a very, very, I can say a scintillating performance, and you can see the dusty hills of the Chepsaita. And this is just a noble idea that started at the Chepkemei Secondary School in 2023, and you can already see that it's attracting massive, massive crowds, and of course attention from all over the world.
For my study of the course, for my study of the circuit, this might be the easiest section until this point of the circuit, because they had a slight uphill, and then now they have this descent. And the thing is, with the descent, if you have good control, if you stay controlled, your breathing is good, your rhythm is good, then you can be able to make up ground on your competitors.
And the advantage is, despite the hot and humid conditions, there is a water sprinkler, and that shows you that these athletes have a chance to dip themselves into water. And of course, you see their theme on your screens right now. Run for Education means that there's so much that is happening here, not just athletics, but an inspiration, and of course giving hope to the community. Because last year when I was walking around the course, I actually saw a very unique thing in that athletes were actually giving their all to be part of history. And looking at the number and the turnout of these athletes in this one, then it makes it a very unique event. And it being elevated to a gold status makes it even better.
That's right, Greg. And you and I were at Chepsaita last year, and I remember we spoke about the challenges of the shower. But it looks like the drainage this year is much better, because we're not getting any flooding or any collection of water at that shower. So it's just going to be relief, a cooling effect for these athletes. But
some athletes were actually avoiding dipping themselves into that pool of water, and the shower was like most of them, it was the first time it was being introduced, and it caused a little bit of jitters for some athletes. So like, I don't want this, because after a few seconds I'll still dry up, because you see the humidity and the temperatures during that time were so high. And you can see it might be the case today, because you can always see the way the athletes are running, the way they're trying to navigate through the course. It tells you that it's not easy.
It is absolutely hot down in Chepsaita. Chepsaita is actually at the intersection of Nandi County, Bungoma, and Kakamega.
Actually,
right?
it's in between there.
So this is a very cosmopolitan crowd, a very cosmopolitan type of participation. But you spoke about the heat, the hot conditions. It's about 27 degrees Celsius, and it might actually get hotter, get warmer than that, with a light breeze, and of course the skies are clear. You have the most fantastic grandstands this year. That was a change to the organization. They added grandstands where you could have spectator zones and with more comfortable conditions. But back to the course, Greg, they actually widened most of, like each course, like each part of this course is wider because of the high numbers of participants, and it still looks similar. The course still looks similar to last year's course, except that the start is wider and the course all around through is also wider. They were given access by the patron of the race, Mr. Farouk Kibet, presidential eyed, very powerful man in Kenya, to 100 acres of farmland. So I don't know if that's his farm, but that's a big farm. So they were given access to be able to expand the course, just to make it a more pleasant experience for the athletes. And I think that's what they managed to do today.
Actually, they did that because with the large turnout, you expect the push and shove from all the athletes trying to find themselves in prime position or good positions to, let's say, finish on the podium. So a wider course means that when they run, there's no push and shove, because we witnessed that last year, whereby at the finish and at the start, it was so crowded, whereby you could find something close to athletes pushing each other. I don't want to call it a stampede, because it never happened. So it was a push and shove, and maybe someone who might have felt that they deserved to win did not get a chance, and widening the course makes it better. But what catches my eye is the turnout and the turnout of the fans and for this event. You look at them, you're like, yes, the whole village, the whole county. Oh, you said 4 counties?
It's at the intersection of Nandi, Bungoma, and Kakamega.
Kakamega, and then of course Uasin Gishu comes in. So those are 4 counties converging in one place. This shows you that this is more of a cosmopolitan effect coming into one place over this afternoon.
We have 41 nationalities that will be taking part in this event, which is much higher than the 5 nationalities that are required for this to be a gold level event. So this year they're going bigger and better. The organization, I know Danui, the competition director, said that they invited a number of elite athletes who actually accepted the invitation to come participate in what might be argued to be the home of cross country, without a doubt. You managed to commentate the nationals under 20
at the Eldoret Sports Club.
At the Eldoret Sports Club earlier in the year. What kind of and as a team was being selected, what kind of performance do you think that we should look forward to at the Tallahassee World Championships in January?
Actually, in the United States, it is first of all, I would like to commend the team that was selected for the Worlds to be held next year. You could feel there was stiff competition because over the years Kenya has really dominated in the World Cross Country Championships, and this was a perfect opportunity of having new blood coming in because we know the likes of British Chepsaita have already graduated into the track, and they are doing very well there, and it will just be fine to find others who will come and succeed them. But for this one, like let's say the under 20 girls that won the National Cross Country Championship, we could feel there was fresh blood, new names coming in. And for this one, I think it's all about making a mark, because when you look at the cross countries, most of the time we talk about cross country being like a pre-season for the track events, which normally happen between January and May, when we are in Kenya. Of course, we do the nationals. If it goes into the mid-year around June, July, and most of these athletes use this as a launching pad towards their track season that normally happens already. We were supposed to have one of the legs happening at the Mumia Sports Complex. It didn't happen, so it means that next year we'll have a spin and we'll have more of the 6 legs of the track happening there. So most of these athletes that are coming here at the Chepsaita, they'll be looking forward to having a better performance here. Despite not finishing on the podium, I know most of them will be like, yes, we can use this as a launching pad, we can do better, and of course navigate through the course and have ourselves fit for the next coming season.
And the pictures might be deceiving depending on whether it's an aerial shot or one of the wide front shots. But so far, we have Mercy Kirua and Chepkorir Fancy, Joanne Chepkurui, Chebet Veneza, and Seli Chelangat in the lead. Those are the top 5 athletes at this time. But as you can see, there's a lot of ground that they're making up, and there's athletes being left behind. What kind of strategy do you think, Greg, that they should be employing, just following your experience from the watching the under 20 nationals and commentating?
It's all about placing yourself in prime positions, because with the cross country, there are no second chances in that. The way you navigate, because this is a 6 kilometer race, a 20 kilometer, a 6 kilometer race, that means 3 laps on this. So if you don't do it well, you might find that in the last loop you'll be really struggling. And you mentioned a very special name there, Fancy Cherono, an athlete born just slightly in the early 2000s, and her main event is normally the 3,000 meters, and coming here and trying to push her way all the way in the under 20 shows that these are some of the athletes that we will be watching and ensuring that they carry the flag high. But look at the following part, the chasing pack. You can always tell now when an athlete is well prepared for this, and the other athlete is maybe just coming to participate, as I said, keeping themselves fit, shaping themselves for the coming season. Because the likes of Fancy, I can tell you, those are standout athletes, and I don't see any surprises in this one, because you've just mentioned who is already lining up for the podium finish. John Chepkruri, another seasonal name, very good in cross country. She's currently in third place. Kirwa Masi, but you look at the gap between the three athletes. It's very minimal in that it's like a second apart. That means they know each other very well. They are lining themselves up very well, and they are jumping into the water.